Hello and welcome to Sports Tavern Talk. I'm your host, Elijah Loyola. Today is draft day, and today we are going over the final division in the National Football League, which is the NFC North, which boasts the Chicago Bears, the Green Bay Packers, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Detroit Lions. All four videos will be posted in back-to-back hours before the draft. So today we are starting off with the Chicago Bears, who an unexpected team won the division thanks to the help of first-year head coach Ben Johnson and second-year quarterback Caleb Williams. Both of these guys were definitely key pieces in what really transpired for Chicago's great year last year, and now are looking forward to having a repeat year next year. Though some of their key players have left the team, they'll be looking forward in free agency and the draft to address the concerns. So let's go back and see what the Bears did in free agency to fix those issues. Looking back at what the Bears did, they did bring in lots of great players to help the offensive line out and retool the defense. Looking at the offense, they were able to sign in Khalif Raymond to a one-year contract to up the wide receiver room. As for the offensive line, the Bears did sign offensive guard Jordan McFadden, Jedrick Wills, and traded for Patriots center Garrett Bradbury from the New England Patriots in exchange for a 5th-round pick in the 2027 draft. As for the defense, they made a lot of good signings as well, bringing in defensive lineman Neville Gallimore, linebackers Devin Bush, and re-signing DeMarco Jackson, and one of the best under-the-radar signings in bringing in safety Kobe Bryant. The Bears did suffer two big losses on star power on both offense and defense. For their offense, they unfortunately had to trade away wide receiver DJ Moore in turn to freeing up some cap space for signings, and they traded him to the Buffalo Bills in exchange for a draft capital haul. And as for the defense, safety Kevin Byron did lead the team and signed with the Patriots, hence why they signed in safety Kobe Bryant from the Seattle Seahawks. But it won't stop them from getting another safety to help out the secondary in their positions. As of right now, the Bears need to retool the defensive line and work on bringing in more pass catchers for Caleb Williams. So let's take a look at the mock draft that I've set up for the Chicago Bears. In my mock draft for the Chicago Bears, I have them with 8 draft picks, with their first pick being selected in Dylan Thieneman, the safety out of Oregon. And with back-to-back second-round picks in 57 and 60 there to help them out, they would select Derek Moore, the edge out of Michigan, and Emmanuel Prognon, the Oregon guard. In the third round, they would also bring in more defensive lineman help by selecting Darrell Jackson Jr. And as for the late rounds, they would bring in more offensive line help in Alex Harkey from Oregon as well, and getting another defensive lineman in Skylar Gill Howard. They would also bring in another cornerback in Brett Austin to help the secondary, and get outside linebacker Dami Obazar from TCU. All these guys will be helped to bring out some more rotational depth and some youth to some areas of free agents that did lead the team. The Bears certainly had one of the best years in a long time since their 2018 season, where they won the division and then made it to the wild card. As it stands right now, the Bears are on a prime spot to repeat as division champs, but need to fill in some of these unexpected spots that have come out. This draft does cover some of those spots there and brings them some quality players for them. Though Ben Johnson will have his work cut out finding a way to get this offense going without DJ Moore. But they're going to put their trust in wide receivers Rome Odunze and Luther Burden III. For now, let's talk about a couple of these draft picks of the Bears in these mock drafts, starting off with the Oregon safety Dylan Thieneman. Thieneman being a 6', 201-pound safety, he is a versatile and high-motor player that has shattered expectations as a walk-on to become one of college's most productive defenders. He is a true third-down player who shows excellent open-field tackling, a quick trigger, and good closing range of run support. He's also elite at short zone coverages with processing ability and smooth, efficient pedaling and transitioning. He also displays a work ethic like no other as a first in, first out mentality player, and is obsessed with film study. Throughout college, he finished with the career total of 210 tackles, 6 interceptions, 14 pass breakups, and 2 forced fumbles, highlighting his big-time production. With drafting a player like this and signing safety Kobe Bryant, the Bears can get a young, high-powered safety duo for their defense. As for Derek Moore, he is a 6'4", 255-pound edge that has emerged as a lean and explosive player after a breakout year in Michigan. He showcases an elite explosiveness off the line to push vertically rapidly, has a diverse arsenal of pass rush moves to keep the offensive line guessing, and has great agility to force his way inside the gaps. He can also set up inside counters effectively, which shows him to be an early threat in the game, and has a high motor that won't slow down when playing against the run, showing that he has sideline to sideline coverage. Also, his long arm technique allows him to set the edge despite his light frame. Chicago needing some edge help can definitely find a great player in him to help bring more of that pass rush back to life. Even though with the great season they had and being number one in takeaways, their defensive line did struggle in bringing some more sacks and pressures, but the selection of Derek Moore and the other defensive linemen would definitely help them out. A quick reminder ahead for the last videos being posted here. I have already posted all my final mock drafts ahead for the NFL draft of every single NFL team and their divisions. I hope to hear your thoughts on Instagram to see what you like between this mock draft and the final mock draft then. But I really like to appreciate the views that you guys given me so far here, and I hope to continue doing more as I go forward on with this. So, like I always say, please make sure to leave a like and your comments on the videos, and make sure you always follow me on YouTube, Instagram, and on X. And as always, I will see you next time.